Consultation is at the heart of equitable services. As required under ESSA, all LEAs that receive federal funds must offer to provide equitable services to private schools. For Title I-A, the LEA must consult with all private schools within its boundaries and any private schools outside of its boundaries for which it has reason to believe enrolls its students. Under Title VIII, for any ESSA program the LEA receives, the LEA must only consult with private schools within its boundaries. LEAs meet this requirement with timely, meaningful, and ongoing consultation, which results in the LEA and private school officials reaching agreement on services to meet the expressed strengths and needs of eligible students, their educators, and families. The LEA and the private school will have specific roles and responsibilities throughout the process that require the LEA and private school officials to collaborate to decide how to best use the funding. This involves an in-depth consultation to create a plan. Together, private school officials and LEA staff review the screening data to assess the eligible students' greatest needs, agree on what types of services will be provided and for whom, and decide how services will be evaluated. The LEA's responsibilities include identifying nonprofit private schools with whom they must consult, developing an annual consultation calendar, sending out the consultation invitation letter, establishing LEA and private school roles and responsibilities, discussing and exchanging applicable LEA and private school fiscal and program policies, getting the private school signature on affirmation of consultation and submitting it to ODE, maintaining specific and complete documentation for all interactions, and providing agreed-upon services and collaborating with the private school to evaluate services. The private school's responsibilities include attending the consultation, collaborating with the LEA to conduct the annual needs assessment, providing necessary reports and documentation to the district when requested, and identifying methods for evaluating the effectiveness of programs. The LEA implements the plan to provide services, communicating with private school staff as needed along the way. Depending on program requirements, benefits may directly support students, help students' families support their learning, or help educators more effectively meet students' needs. Consultation should be timely, occurring before the LEA makes any decisions during the program's design and development, and throughout the implementation and evaluation of services. Consultation should be meaningful and provide a genuine opportunity for the LEA and private school or schools to express their views. All views must be seriously considered. Consultation must occur before the LEA makes final decisions. Meaningful consultation must begin before any services are provided to students, teachers, or families. Although the initial consultation is generally the most critical, ongoing consultation is necessary and required for follow-through, adjustments, and evaluation. The ongoing consultation process should begin well before the start of the school year and continue throughout the full implementation and evaluation of services. Equitable services may take place at various locations. During consultation, the LEA and private school will determine if the private school, a community-based locale, or a public school is the best location. The least disruptive and most cost-effective location should be chosen. However, to participate in equitable services, private schools are not required to make their facilities available. If transportation is needed for students to participate in equitable services, the LEA is solely responsible for providing the transportation, and the cost can be deducted from the administrative set-aside. Ongoing consultation can be conducted in person, via phone calls, and through virtual meetings. It is important that LEAs document their efforts and the ongoing communication between the LEA and private schools. Documentation can include emails, phone call logs, letters, attendance sheets, meeting agendas, and webinar information. While ESSA does not require private schools to complete a needs assessment, it does require that all equitable service programs meet the specific academic needs of private school participants. Therefore, LEAs must show that services and programs meet an identified need. Additionally, having a data-driven needs assessment will make evaluating services and programs easier, more valid, and more reliable. The plans made during the initial consultation should include clear action steps and responsibilities. Measures of impact are determined in consultation between the school and the LEA. Evaluation ensures the equitable services have the intended result. Evaluating programs is an important part of continuous improvement and a district responsibility as part of the equitable services process. How services will be evaluated is determined during consultation. Private schools may participate every year, so the opportunity should be taken to create services that are as effective and responsive as possible. Now, please return to the module for the next learning activity.